everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are taking care of a new job that we are unlocking today. It is finally time to become the job that evolves out of Lancer, which I believe I have mentioned before by accident, and you can also probably guess from the title of today's quest, we are going to be beginning the job of the Dragoon. Hello there, Ewain. How's it going? Ewain seeks your aid in assisting an old friend. Well, sure, I can help out. What do we got? I dare say you might just be the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable Lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you may already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional Dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend what assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance. And who fits the description save adventurers? Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of the task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the Observatorium. A knight by the name of Ser Alberic will receive you upon arrival. Alright then, we are heading out to a relatively new area. We've been there once before for a hunting log, but this will be our first time going there for a quest. It is time to head out to Kurthus, where we'll be getting our first Dragoon mission. Alright, Juniper, let's go ahead and hop on board and make way for Kurthus. So in order to get to this land of Kurthus, we need to head all the way west through the North Shroud, past Fallgord Float, past Florentel Spire, and up into the Kurthus Central Highlands. Kurthus, before the Calamity, was a vast plateau grassy area. It is where the majority of Eorzea's chocobos were raised and trained. And it was honestly quite a nice place, a very temperate area, definitely mountainous, but grassy all the same. With some spillover trees, of course, from the nearby Black Shroud. Nowadays, after the Calamity, well, you'll see. Unless you already saw in the episode where we went there in the hunting log. Alright, heading through Fallgord Float, we are almost at our destination. Ooh, it is foggy indeed around here. Hope that fog passes soon. And just up here we will find our destination of Kurthus. Welcome to the permanently snowy land of Kurthus. A permanent snow which began only 5 years ago. And they have had to deal with it ever since. Yeah, Dalamud coming down kinda caused a lot of problems. And they've adapted certainly, but it's been a bit of a struggle for them. So, let's head up the main path to the northeast and arrive here at the Observatorium. Here at, I guess this is simply the Observatorium. The first dicasterial Observatorium of, ethereal and astrological phenomena. God, that is a mouthful. And here's our destination, the man we are here to meet. Hello there, Ser Alberic. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ewain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Ser Alberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obliged to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen, and we have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Istinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Ah, you heard true, the crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel far beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logadanrel might have knowledge of the routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I'd prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... but I've already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief in the eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go and speak not a word of what I've told you to anyone. Alright, I can do this. A thief abusing a position of power and trust? That sounds quite dangerous indeed. Alright, Logadanrel is right over here at the gate. Do you happen to know of the routes often taken by Ishgardian fugitives? Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives? Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You aren't plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? No. That would be really dumb to ask the guards directly. Even if you were, I doubt you'd make it far. Any road, we've cut a few fleeing to the North Shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Elzen as Ishgard, it is no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentil's Spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idriston. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Okay, then we have our next destination, back to Florentil's Spire. While we're heading that way, I did see some hunting log targets. Are they on our today's hunting log? No, looks like we don't have anything up in Kurthis for today that we're supposed to be hunting, so I'll save those until later then. But we will be doing Central Shroud, East Lenosia, Southern Thanalin, Central Shroud again, Outer Lenosia. Okay, that's a little more spread than I would like, but shouldn't be too bad. Alright, back down to Florentil's Spire we go. And is there? No, there is not an aetheryte in the area. That's about what I expected, to be honest, but was worth checking. Yeah, no, there's only one real aetheryte in the region of Central Kurthis. And we're not going to be going there for a little bit, I believe. Idriston, have you seen any suspicious Elzen on the way? Hail, adventurer. Yes, I am the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Kurthis. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor? No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logadanrel and see if he has any other theories. Alright, fair enough. At least we know he did not come this way, and the guard are on the alert to keep an eye out for him. So that is at least something. That's one route close to this Estinian character. Alright, back to Logadanrel. How do I say your name? Logadanrel. I'm gonna go with Logadanrel. We're gonna hope that's correct, and we're gonna hope I can maintain consistency. Thankfully, it's not too long of a walk between Florentil's Spire and the Observatorium. I'm simply just going to call it the Observatorium. You're not getting me to say that full name. As funny as it might be, I'm not doing it. Alright, well, they didn't see anything down at Florentil's Spire, and they're confident they would have remembered, so any other ideas? No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it is nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentil's Spire. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by the process of deduction, it is a possibility. The climes of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of smoke wafting from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. Okay, there's a new destination. That could work. From a cave to the east, that shouldn't be... There it is, it's right over here. I believe we went in there to hunt some Ixal some time ago when we were finishing up some hunting logs and happened to be in the area. Since these Ixal were on our Twin Adder hunting log. Alright, now where is this campfire? There's the campfire. Hold on, I got a pursuer I need to deal with. hello there, Ixali Wild Talent. I would very much like for you to go away. There we are. And we have a fight coming up, so let's make sure we've consumed some food. What would be good? Ooh, that's tank food. Tank food again. Determination isn't bad. But is there anything that gives... No, looks like the Forest Meat Kebab is going to be our best bet, so let's consume that and get to work. Where is this Estinian? You are not Estinian. You are Terox. Hello there, Terox. I don't appreciate you getting in my way of my investigation, but I suppose you are living in the area. I'm very impressed you managed to construct this campfire all by yourselves. Not easy for creatures with no opposable thumbs. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or feel insulted. The eye! It rouses for another? Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again, you can be sure of it. Well, now that was curious indeed. Something he was wearing started to glow. He said that was the eye. The eye reacted to us. That is curious indeed. Alright, then back to Alberic, and let's see what Alberic makes of this. Unfortunately, he got away with a lot of swiftness. Much swiftness indeed, so we didn't really have a chance to approach him at all. But we do know he's in the area. And that is good. But he knows we're looking for him, so he's probably going to be more cautious from here on. A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. Not much, really. He came in and he left. By the fury that the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the power of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Dravania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye. But I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Satora, you who have received the power of the dragon. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation. But it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Satora. Like Estinian, I once ruled disguised as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It was simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet one thing is clear, none can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail to save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course I do not ask that you do this unaided, I may be a Dragoon no more, but what knowledge I have I shall gladly impart to you. For indeed, when the time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lands, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. Alright, and so we have been chosen by this relic of Ishgard. How fascinating indeed. Though I am curious to learn more of the eye which Estinian possesses. Because it sounds like the eye is in fact a dragoon's soulstone. In which case, would the Azure Dragoon not need to have it on his person? Or am I misunderstanding something? Alright, we become a dragoon, and we have learned the ability of jump. Let's go ahead and leave jump right there. That's actually a good place for it. And oh god, I need to rework my hotbars. Alright, well then let's rework our hotbars, then I'll meet you over in, let's say, the Central Shroud to get to work on our hunting logs for the day. Alright, for our first hunting log targets, we are fighting Spriggans here in the Central Shroud, right around the entrance to the Central Shroud from the North Shroud. Just go straight south from Fallgord Float and you arrive where we are at. So, the first major new ability we have learned as a Dragoon is we have learned the ability to jump. As the art of the Dragoon was developed in order to fight dragons, high mobility, especially getting into and out of the air, where the dragons live and fly, is pretty paramount. So Dragoons are going to have a lot of jumping abilities. A lot of jumping abilities. There is a bit of a running joke in the community, though it hasn't been too much of an issue of recent years, I've noticed, or at least the last year or so. But when I was first starting the game, there was a massive in-joke in the community about how Dragoons, all you can really expect them to do in duties like dungeons and trials, you can expect them to basically jump off the side of the arena, and that's it, and then they're out of the fight. Thankfully, a lot of arenas where it used to be you fall off and then you can't rejoin the fight, they now actually respawn you on the arena if you fall off, so it's no longer nearly as big of a concern, but it's still very funny that a lot of Dragoons had a bad habit of just jumping off the edge. Jump, if we take a look at our actions and traits, as you've seen from us using it, we jump in, do an attack, and then jump out to where we were before. Delivers a jumping attack with a potency of 250, returns you to your original position after the attack is made. Cannot be executed while bound. Sounds good enough to me? Alright, well the Spriggans are down, so our next destination is going to be over by Hake Manor, where we're going to be fighting Floating Eyes. Hello there. Let's start off with a Lance Charge, jump in. We'll start off with a Disembowel and then move over to our regular full thrust combo. You will notice my hotbars are actually looking a bit different from how they were as a Lancer. I've moved Bloodbath up to the healing set over with Second Wind. I've moved Arm's Length up to the top right up here. About the same place where I put a spell called Surecast, which we don't have yet on our casters, but we will have it soon enough. Basically, that's where I typically try to put my anti-knockback abilities, but sometimes I forget. And not all of my jobs on my main have I actually made the effort to migrate everything over to the consistent hotbar layout that I'm trying to build. So sometimes I forget to put everything in the right place, but I'm going to try and make sure that everything is in its right place. Alright, with the Floating Eyes done, next up's going to be taking us to, I believe, I saw something in Southern Thanolin? Yeah, 2 targets in Southern Thanolin, and then we're off to Lenosia. Alright, for the next entry of our hunting log, we have come down here to the far south end of Southern Thanolin, into the Sagoli Desert. In order to get here, we just head straight south from Little Alamigo, being careful of the many Amalja on the way. I usually try to veer as far west as possible, though go too far west and you actually end up in a cave. Well, the cave might not be the worst place to go because you can talk to someone in there and they'll just skip you straight on down past most of the enemies to the Forgotten Springs here. From up here all the way to down here. And that'll get you right past everything you need to worry about. Now then, in terms of what we actually need to hunt, we're looking for sundrakes and smoke bombs. So where can we find them? Let's make sure we fed another Gissel Green to Juniper before they vanish on us. Sandrakes and smoke bombs. I think I know where the smoke bombs are, but I'm a little bit more worried about finding the sandrakes. Let's see if we can't track them down somewhere around here. They actually might be further west than this. It is a big desert. It is a very big desert indeed. Alright, well at the very least we found the smoke bombs over here at this settlement known as Bayergot's Strike. Less a settlement and more a mining camp, I'd say. Oh yeah, something else about my hotbars. You may notice that I actually did duplicate my true thrust so that it appears on both the disembowel rotation and on the full thrust rotation. I have been grinding up my Dragoon on my main, and I found that that's actually a pretty good idea. It's not the most useful right now, but it will be a very good idea eventually as we get more abilities on our Dragoon. Okay. That's all the smoke bombs. Now to find those sundrakes. They might be up to the northwest. I'm seeing coordinates saying 2538, so let's head east then. East, a little bit southeast. We'll probably be able to come across them soon enough. I don't remember them being this far out, but big desert. I could easily just have a faulty memory. No, wait, there they are. There's the sundrakes. So yeah, they are in fact way off to the southeast of the Sigoli Desert. Is that sandworm gonna leave me alone anytime soon? Probably. But yeah, Bloodbath, I think it's kind of self-explanatory while I put it up with the healing, with the second wind. It's a healing ability. If I need to heal, I can double tap L2 and go straight over to the healing hotbar. Oh, you know what I haven't set? I have not set potions, nor have I set limit break. I will do that as soon as I'm done with the sundrakes around here. I believe just 2 more. Yep, 2 more it looks like will do it. And we've almost got Bosom Buddies 1. Nice. Good for you, Juniper. We are best buds. Alright, sundrakes are down, and that clears out hunting log number 33. I'm gonna go ahead and get my hotbars finished setting up because I forgot the limit break, and then I will meet you over in Eastern Lenosia. Alright, I went ahead and took the boat from the Fishers Guild over to Costa del Sol here in the Eastern Lenosia area. And we are looking for large buffalo. We should be able to find plenty of them over here along the coast of the Blood Shore, along the drier parts up inland that aren't so covered in ocean waves. I'm gonna be feasting on the lush grasses around here. Hello there, buffalo. Don't mind me, I'm just here to hunt you for practice. I hope that's not too upsetting. Oh yeah, worth mentioning. Oops, I did not mean to hit Life Surge there. I meant to hit Lance Charge. Worth noting that in the side questing episode we did this past Sunday, when we did a whole bunch of fates out in Western Thanalin, we actually got Juniper up to rank 7, I believe it was. Making ever closer progress towards that max rank of 10. Which has me quite excited. Okay, we need 2 more buffalo. I think the rest of them are going to be found. I think 1 or 2 over there. There's 2. And then there would be more down to the south if needed. Oh, there's 3 over here. Perfect. And since I'm out of potions of strength, I was not able to set that to my hotbar, unfortunately, but that's fine. That was somewhat expected. And I think I'm going to start getting into a rotation of I'll do a disembowel combo, and then I'll do a full thrust combo, and then back to disembowel. It is not the most efficient combo I could be doing right now, for sure. I don't need to be using disembowel that frequently. But I do think it might be a good habit to get into, because once we have enough abilities, that actually will be the optimal strategy to do a true thrust into full thrust combo, and then a disembowel combo. These combo routes will get longer, and that will make the timings line up pretty perfectly to use disembowel every other rotation. Okay, for our final destination for our hunting log today, I'm gonna make my way over to... I'm gonna take the long northern path, but I'm gonna basically head towards the Oakwood in Upper Lenosia. Alright, made my way for Memorune's trading post over here in Upper Lenosia in the Oakwood. The main route to get there is probably from Aleport head north, but I actually took a boat from the eastern shore, which I got to from Eastern Lenosia. Now, to go find the final targets for our hunting log for the day. We're going to be heading up into Outer Lenosia by climbing up and over Thalhouse here. That truly is a massive skeleton. It is actually quite terrifying. There are multiple skeletons here, in fact. Wild that it's implied that this used to be below the seabed. I would assume the Calamity brought this up, then. That would make the most sense. Alright, here in Outer Lenosia, we are looking for ringtails? And one more. What were we looking for? Ringtails and basalt golems. Well, I know where the basalt golems are. That'll be not too hard to find. And I think I actually remember where the ringtails are as well. Condor? No, bad condor. Go away. Alright, condor's out of the way. Let's go deal with a basalt golem. We need to hunt 4 of these, I believe? Sounds about right. Oh, 3 of them. Just the 3. Alright, Juniper should be able to finish that off. We'll go target our 3rd one. And on to the ringtails. The ringtails, I believe, are going to be found a bit further to the north, along this long path down towards the Hermit's Hovel up here. Where is that path? It should be right over... Here we go. Up and over, and down the road we go. Alright, now where are those ringtails? There they are. Oh, there's plenty of them down here. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna jump in and do a little bit of murder. Need to start getting used to using jump on cooldown. Can't forget to use some of my abilities. Those OGCDs really add a lot of damage output. Okay, it's 4 ringtails then. Alright, Juniper should be able to deal with that with little issue, so I'll move on to the next. 5,833 experience per ringtail. It's less than 1% of what Juniper needs for the next rank per fight, but it does add up, so it's not nothing. And it's only slightly less than 1%. They need 700,000 experience to hit the next rank. Alright, and with that, our hunting log is done for the day, and I believe that also means we are done for the day. So next time on Final Fantasy XIV, now that we have become a dragoon, we're on to our next mission, which is going to be... Looks like we're taking care of our level 30 leather worker quest as soon as I can get out of this area. So I will meet everyone back in Gridania next time as we continue to work some leather. I'll see everyone next time for that.